I am going to call this meeting to order. It is I can't tell what time it is, 6:31.
Yep.
October 13th, 2020. Special council meeting in the West Branch. I guess let's take roll call, please, first. We're not going to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mayor Laughlin.
Here.
Councilperson Sexton. Absent. Miller.
Here.
Dean.
Here.
Goodweiler.
Here.
Schulman.
Here.
All right, we got 4 out of 5. First up was Resolution 1940. Amendment is to the subdividers agreement between the city of West Branch and KLM Investments for the Meadows Part 4. Give me a motion, someone, and we will.
So moved.
I'll second.
Who's got a second? Nick?
Yep.
All right, Colton and Nick.
Tom.
What
It
this
was Tom.
is some lot numbers got changed. Since we passed this the last time, they zoned. We had some rezoning to R2. So it updated the stormwater, the sewer fees had to be updated to reflect more lots, and a bunch of other 4 or 5 things that reflect minor changes due to I don't know what.
Well, Jerry just joined us.
Okay, hi Jerry. Some things became inconsistent with the original developers agreement, so these are updates. These are updates to reflect the current lots, lot numbering, configuration, street width. I don't know what this section lot 16 and 17 and replacing with lots blank is. I'm not sure what that's about, but I'll figure that out tomorrow when I go in.
Mayor, I can maybe mention that just a little bit.
Okay.
When the preliminary plat was approved, lot 16 and 17 were in the floodway. But those are the first 2 lots on the left-hand side as you enter Dawson. But those have been renumbered and recertified, and those are now part of Part A. So at this point, we're just waiting for engineer Scheckinger to verify that there's no minimum low openings that need to be addressed in this section.
Okay.
We should have an answer hopefully tomorrow.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to accept the current subdividers agreement. Is there any more discussion? All right, then we have a motion to accept. Let's
Hold on, I got
vote,
something. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Has this been reviewed by Dave Scheckinger?
We have not heard from Dave today. He did. I think he's seen it. I think he was on the original emails, but we haven't talked to him yet today. We're still trying to confirm that. Chris Kofod is here, and he does want to mention one thing. There is one other item that we're still waiting on, and that is the lift station connection fee from the original subdividers agreement that was approved in 2018, and the cost of what was charged. So we're still trying to come to an agreement with that price.
Well, that's on here. That's item 4. Hereby amending replacement of figure 14,000 with $17,000.
That's been revised yet again. we got a late revision from City Attorney Olson this afternoon.
What is that for? That's not the sewer replacement fee, the sewer lift station fee?
It is, that is, the 17,170.20 is reflective of 32 R2 lots, which is actually 2 single-family homes. And you take that times the current lift station rate, which is $268.30 per single-family home. That comes to the 17,171.20. They did pay $14,250 already when they did the preliminary plat in the first subdividers agreement. So it would be the difference is what they would owe.
So KLM's still gonna owe the difference of a little less than $3,000, correct?
Yes and no.
No, we charge that out, building permit fees.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the building permit fee. This is the lift station connection fee, which is separate from that. That's
Does
the number.
KL
That's the number we haven't come to an agreement on.
So Roger, we may just want to approve it with the condition that Checkleter and City Attorney Olson is satisfied.
All right. Okay, so there's still a couple of conditions here that have to be met then, it looks like. Is that correct?
That's what it looks like. Yes, that's what I was kind of hoping that Attorney Olson was going to be on the line, so he
Then
could
why do we need to
clarify
approve
that.
this tonight? Why does this have to be approved tonight?
Well, my understanding is that there's some sales of some lots that are pending that need to close relatively soon, and so I believe if we can get these small items, I think they're small at this point because they've been talking about it throughout the day through email exchange, that it may be just that it might be an easy fix tomorrow morning to get corrected.
Huh.
We just couldn't get verification from either of those two folks before the meeting.
We had a whole week
my
to get this figured out.
Yeah,
Okay.
my question is how hard of a fix is it to fix once we approve it? I mean, once we approve it, we kind of locked it into it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
everything done after that's kind of good faith, right?
Well, no, that's it's kind of like what we do at P&Z is with the conditions that the city engineer and the city attorney are approving of what is being passed. If not,
Okay, before we pass this in, I'd like the whoever passed motion, I think it was Tom, to add that the conditions must be met between the attorney, the city engineer. They must be satisfied before this is completed.
Okay, I'd like to amend my motion that before this is given the final approval, that the city engineer and the city attorney must sign off on this, stating that is acceptable. Yes,
Under those conditions,
under those conditions.
which is what we've done before. Colton, you seconded.
I did not second. Nick seconded.
Nick seconded. That's correct.
Second that.
Okay.
I'll second that.
What'd I say, Nick?
Maybe one of the things to where the lawyer.
No.
Before this is recorded, then the city attorney and the city engineer must be satisfied. The conditions in question must be satisfied. Okay, I'm going to take a vote on that first. And then we will vote on the since we don't have Kevin here, I'm going to vote twice If there's any more discussion on the amendment that Tom laid out, the conditions, I'd like to vote on those. So Leslie, let's do a voice vote on the conditions of satisfying the city attorney in the, this is an amendment to his motion, and the city engineer. Give me a vote on those, please, Leslie.
Okay,
And then we'll
Councilperson
vote on
Dean,
the-
Yes.
Goodweiler,
Yes.
Stulman,
Yeah.
Miller,
Yes.
Sexton.
Yes.
Okay, now we're gonna vote on the entire resolution 1940, which is some modifications to the developer's agreement. If there's no more discussion on the other modifications, which are minor, let's vote on those, Leslie, please.
Just to clarify, you're voting on the document that was written? That is
Yes.
presented in front of you? Okay, just a minute, I want to make sure, because we got a second rendition. I wanted to make sure nothing else had changed. The section 1, which is clarifying the street width and the street name. And then the replacing the Meadow subdivision part 4 to part
Yep.
4B. Okay,
Correct.
and then number 4 is one of the conditions, which is the
That's one of the conditions which
That's one
must
of
be
the conditions.
satisfied. Correct.
5 is fine because that's just identifying the lots. And the second number 5, which is actually number 6, which is the minimum low. Verifying the minimum low. Okay. All right, so
Correct.
same people, this is what we're approving then. Councilperson Dean,
Yes.
Goodweiler,
Yes.
Sexton,
Yes.
Stulman,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, this can't happen again next time, you guys. This has got to be way simpler. We got to do this at a regular meeting next time.
Amen.
Okay. Up next is a resolution 1941 approving the final plat for the Meadows subdivision, part 4B in West Branch. Give me a motion, someone.
So moved.
Colton? No, Tom.
Second.
I need a second, please.
Jerry just
second.
did.
Jerry did.
Yep.
Okay. All right, this is a legal description of the final plat. They have given a check to the city of the $82,000. Is there any other discussion?
I have one question. Can you pull that up? Yeah. The 2 lots, be lots 1 and lot 30. Are those lots allowed to be access driveways to Cedar Johnson, or are they going to be
No,
just to the new street?
just the new street.
Oh.
How you gonna get to 31 then?
Those would be,
31 and 32 will have to be off Cedar Johnson.
right.
That's a good question, Jerry. Maybe lot 1, if the driveway's back to the east far enough.
We'll keep it off.
So 31 and 32
It'll
are?
be Cedar Johnson, yeah. But we can put it in the covenants on those other ones.
Yeah. Reason I asked is because on mine,
Yeah.
6 of my lots, 2 of them had to be off of Cedar Johnson, so.
I think that can be determined when the building permit gets established. Is that?
I believe that was addressed during planning and zoning, and that was a recommendation from planning and zoning when they approved the preliminary plat, that those 2 lots do, lot 30 and lot 1 do have to have access from Prairie View, and only 31 and 32 can access Cedar Johnson.
Dave's not on there, is he?
This is Mike Welch from Axiom. One thing to note about lot 30 would be making an access off of Prairie View. The driveway would end up on the low side of the lot. And the SUDAS requirements would say that that driveway can't be closer than 75 feet to the pavement on Cedar Johnson, which given the lot dimensions would make it really tight. So that may be one that, if it could be left up to the time that a site plan is submitted, might give the city and whoever buys that lot more flexibility to see what works best for what's proposed.
It's going to have to be accessed off Cedar Johnson because 75 feet doesn't fit on the lot.
Yeah, it's only 63.
Right. So,
Okay.
63.14. I guess it.
It's closer to 9. It'd be a little longer than that because of the curve on C that's called out as tag C3. But yeah, it'll be.
yeah, I see it.
It would be. You would have to either give a variance on the 75 feet or go off
Yeah,
the
it's not
Cedar
gonna
Johnson.
be 75.
Good question, Jerry. I guess I'm thinking that can be addressed at the building permit phase, the site plan phase.
Yeah, that's gonna
Well,
be
it's-
tough.
Yeah, I don't see that changing at that point. I mean, it's gonna be, that 75-foot setback is gonna be a stickler, and that's not gonna be
Could you do
allowed.
Could you do one drive on each side for a duplex? Push the drive.
Yeah.
Jerry, I think
But
I think SUDAS does allow for an exception there. So I think when you're looking at that permit as a city, you'd be able to waive that 75-foot requirement, or at least modify it if you needed
Would
to.
that
Really?
be at the bottom of the hill?
It could be-
Because otherwise it's gonna be a blind.
Yeah, you push them out to the corners,
Facing what?
one each, like on a duplex. If you did one drive here and one drive there, you push it. Here.
Okay.
it's still got the issue of a driveway, another driveway on Cedar Johnson Road, which is,
Yeah, I don't like another driveway on Cedar Johnson Road. I would favor a variance or
yeah, but that's not gonna be up to you. That's gonna be up to a variance committee, and they don't give variances.
yeah, well, that lot may not be sellable. Who knows? I don't know.
Single family.
So
Hmm.
I really don't want to feel like holding up the whole thing just for that particular lot. Are we ready to approve?
Well, my other question was, I wanted to go back to the original where we connected Dawson Drive with Greenview Drive. Jerry and I were talking, but Dave thought that the curve was, I don't know, too much of a bend. Because we need to take as much traffic off of Cedar Johnson as we can.
I don't know if that would take any, I don't know why that would take any.
Well, I
what's
don't
your
know why
point-
we,
what's your
why,
point
I
there,
don't know
Ed?
why we took that out.
I think it was, Jody, I think it was because it just didn't match up. The slope getting into Greenview was
Mhm.
prohibited.
He was saying the grade from Greenview to Prairie View was.
It was
Right, it would-
recommended against doing that because it would have gone into the curve of Greenview Drive. I didn't agree with that, but that's bridge under the water under the bridge probably now. There is a sewer easement there, 20-foot sewer easement between lot 3 and 4, which could be a nice little trail connection.
I do believe they've planned that, Roger.
Yeah.
So between lot 3 and 4, can you put a trail in there then on that easement? So like
I think
a
that's
trail or
I believe so, yes.
wide trail so that the kids
would
can
connect.
get to school from Greenview, walk,
Yes.
ride their bike, whatever.
I think we set it up for emergency. if needed to.
It's, I don't know if that's a storm sewer easement. I'm trying to read the details, but I thought I knew that at once, but I lost it.
They have to be closed.
You know, when I was on planning and zoning, they've always planned on that being a trail through there.
Mike, do you know?
Roger,
what that-
the note on the plat reads 20-foot sanitary sewer and public access easement.
Yeah, there's a sanitary sewer line that runs between those two lots.
Yep, and it's also a public access easement, so
All right,
It's
so
set
that
up to
could be
have a trail.
that could be a trail. That's a good place.
Is that something you guys are gonna
Okay.
go through there, or you just?
Seems like a little issue with lot 30, but I'm gonna let the developers figure that out. It's their lot. I'm ready to let this go tonight, I
I
guess.
want it pretty wide,
Your what?
kind of like an emergency route. I mean, we could.
Any other discussion? Okay, so we got a motion and a second to approve the final plat.
Possibly get a fire truck or.
I guess, if no other discussion, then we'll vote then, Leslie, please.
Councilperson Dean,
Yes.
Sexton,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Stulman,
Yes.
Goodweiler.
Yes.
Okay. That is it for our agenda. We're not gonna do any comments from anybody, because I want to get, I got a table ready for me.
20-foot easement.
His wife's birthday. He don't want to get in trouble.
So,
Well, tell
anything
the
else from
missus we
anybody?
said thank you.
or a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Thank
Second.
you, Colton, and give me a second, someone.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That's a majority. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Monday night.